for York and one for Mecklenburg County.
All right, just want to let everybody know here at 11:07, this is extended weather impact alert coverage as we are following the flash flood warning with our producer, James Brierton, who is out by Park Road Shopping Center, and meteorologist Chris Mulcahy doing this extended coverage following the radar here in the Live Impact studio. I'm Jane Monreal. We appreciate you staying with us for real-time conditions, radar coverage, as well as live pictures, even an impromptu interview with emergency personnel. And we will continue this into our midday newscast on WCNC Charlotte. In the meantime, James, now you are still looking at Sugar Creek. How does that look?
Well, here, as far as I can tell, looks about the same to me, Jane, because what I've been using is kind of just real-life objects to mark the flow. So we have a railing right along here. So this is Brandywine behind Park Road Shopping Center. If you've been down here, you might park at Park Road Shopping Center, walk across the bridge, and then access the greenway right over here. There's a little ramp that comes on down. Actually, let me interrupt. You see there's a piece of debris flowing through here, and I just thought that might be an easier object to see as we're trying to understand the flow. But what I was saying, Jane, was little sidewalk here, there's a railing, and I would say it's more because less of it is visible to me, but it's right on in here where you can kind of see there's a little bit of a current that's being caused by the railing. Chris was talking about how the water lands across our urban setting and then flows down into these creeks. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here, because I'm going to walk back down towards Westfield Road, and you can actually see the water coming out of the neighborhood and flowing right down this sidewalk. And so as the rain continues to fall, you got to think of the whole area as a giant catch basin. So the creeks are trying to maintain flow, not only for the water that's falling directly into them, but for all of the surrounding urban areas, the flow coming off the roadway, the flow coming out of the drains. And in the past hour that we've been here, Westfield Road behind the Park Road Shopping Center is completely impassable. And drivers should be aware that roads like this exist without any barriers on them. There is nothing at the start of this street that would forewarn you that there is water ahead. And it's not until you make the turn that you're going to realize that the road has been replaced by water. Jane?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like for the most part, we have seen very light pedestrian traffic. I do see a couple people there in the background with umbrellas and not too many cars, at least through that area. So hopefully people are smartening up and turning around rather than trying to even deal with any of this. So did it seem like that to you? Kind of just light traffic?
Yeah, and about the hour I've been out here, I've only seen I think a gentleman walking his dog. So the foot traffic has been very light, which is good. We're still seeing drivers continuing up and down the road here, but we have watched through this. I'm going to show you right here at Manor Road and Westfield. There's a big log in the street. It's right behind that telephone pole, laying in the ground. I'm on Zoom, so I don't have a whole lot of telephoto, but maybe I can just kind of hold my phone out in this direction. You know, we got to start thinking about debris flow with some of this stuff, because giant objects like that are going to get caught places and they could impede the flow of water. About an hour ago here on the stream, Jane, we were looking at a storm drain that at the time I said was doing fairly well. That storm drain is somewhere underneath all of that water by the fire hydrant.
That is incredible. So this is actually getting just more and more serious as the minutes, just time flying by here. We're just following all of that. James, Chris, you are following this area. You're looking at South Charlotte right now.
Yeah, and just really just trying to see if there's any new updates coming here. So again, we have flash flood warnings for now York and also Mecklenburg County. Those are the two. About a 30-minute difference between the two. So I was just looking at certain data, and as James had mentioned, things are probably going to get worse over the next hour or so. So even though we are looking at a kind of a silver lining that some of the rain is going to start to lighten up, I would say over the next 20 to 30 minutes significantly, all that water is starting to overflow downhill. So these things really kind of compound on themselves. So the heaviest rain will be done over the next, I would say, hour. But that isn't soon enough, truly, because look at all that flow that is coming from this. That is significant. Now we're honestly getting to the point that would be life-threatening, because if that's going to knock you down. If you try to walk through that, 6 inches of fast-moving water like that will knock you down physically, and that could just tumble you and just lead to the worst-case scenario. So now we are at the point that if you try to challenge this type of water, that's not going to be a good situation. I don't want anyone trying to drive through this or even really be near there in general. James is being safe about this, but then some people will just underestimate this. Oh, this is just a little creek. It's no big deal. That is moving very, very fast. And this is one of the main reasons why we are under this flash flood warning. So right now where James is standing, he's not going to get knocked down. He just showed you just pretty much just the tips of his finger. But all he had to do is just take probably several steps down. That's going to be that 6 inches, and that could sweep you off your feet.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, Chris, sorry, Jane. Some of the highest flow I've seen is where I can safely make my way down towards the Greenway, because, again, this is that area where you would access the Greenway from right here on Brandywine and Westfield Road. And it has been rising the entire time that I've been out here. And it's kind of the closest access we have to, again, safely show you. I don't know what else to call them, Chris, other than rapids.
Really, very, very fast moving. Hey, guys, but put a pin in this for a second. We're looking at your picture live, James, as Chris Mulcahy is here in the Live Impact studio. I'm Jane Monreal.